Hey everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are having a great weekend. Today we are going to talk about disassociating ourselves. Sometimes, we have spoken a lot about and we know a lot about maybe depression or anxiety or imposter syndrome and stuff like that, but we don't really talk about disassociating. And it has recently happened to me, so I felt like I just speak about it here. Um, First of all, we'll figure out what disassociating means, why it happens, the signs it might be happening to you, and how to deal with it. So, a lot of content for this video, so I'll just try to wrap it up really quickly, and I hope you like it. First of all, what is disassociating? Disassociating means maybe because of some internal conflict, because of the reasons that we can, delve into later. Um, we we start a parallel universe in our head, and we lose touch with reality. We might be doing our daily chores. It's not like that we are not doing it, but there is no heart into it. There is no discipline into it. We're just doing it and we are put ourselves on autopilot mode when it comes to, like, for example, ordering groceries or taking a shower or going to work or getting up a certain time. But we are thinking about something else, and something else is going on in our mind all the time. That means you're associating, it's a very hard word to say, yourself from reality, and you have made another version of reality in your mind. Now, why does it happen, and does it happen to everyone? No, it's circumstantial. It might happen to you, it might not happen to you. Sometimes really big things happen to people and they still are able to function very well and relate with what's actually going on and not go into a delusional world, and that's okay. But sometimes I feel like why it happens is, something is in your mind that's eating your mental space, mental bandwidth, and it's eating you up under, say. That's why you can't stop wondering about it. Either you're sad about it, you're depressed because of it, you're anxious about it. There is something going on. Maybe you're imagining and dreaming about 1,000 different scenarios, and it happens because of that. Or second, sometimes it's a coping mechanisms. A lot of times reality becomes really harsh and really hard to live in, and people instead choose to go into a shell and disassociate and start daydreaming and shunning the reality which actually exists, because staying in the reality as it is very difficult. So that's why people disassociate. Now, why is it dangerous? It's dangerous because it's almost like losing a self of reality, yes, but also losing a self of your own. You're not the same person that you used to be. You're not energetic. You're not very pragmatic. You're not caring about the things that you usually like to care to. When we disassociate ourselves from situations and things, we also disassociate ourselves from our friends and family. You're not calling them so often. You're not hanging out with people that often. You've gone into this shell, which is just awful for your own mental health, and something is eating you up alive. So it's definitely not a very positive state to be in. Now, science, how you can also think that, okay, maybe it's happening to me or not, is think about the daily chores that you used to do and things that you used to enjoy. Like daily chores, even though they were boring and hectic and required like responsibility and stuff like that, something that you like to do it. Like, for example, I like to pay my bills right on time. There are some people who like to cook a lot. Sometimes people like to clean a lot. Sometimes people like to go and like decor their houses a lot. Think about those daily chores. Are you doing them on an autopilot mode right now with no interest at all, or are you still doing it with same interest and curiosity as before? Because when you go into autopilot mode, that's a survival mode, because you always want to be in this alternate reality. So असली जीवन में जो भी हो रहा है, you just want to just do it, get away with it, do the bare minimum and just go away with it. And a lot of household responsibilities, अगर आप normally भी autopilot mode में कर रहे हैं, that's okay. But जो चीज़ आप actually enjoy करते थे, some things that you use to bring creativity in and stuff like that, if you're shunning that you could be disassociating. Very hard word to say. Second thing, if you're always imagining things, if you're always in your own head, you don't really care about surroundings, who is hanging out, who is what. A lot of times you're missing out on really big things. You can't remember things. You are always in your own head. That means whatever is in your head and you would know it better is bothering you, is bugging you so much that it's not like you are consciously shunning the reality, but because you're so occupied, you just can't care less. Third is, okay, you are shunning your friends and family and not talking to them as much. Like, for example, if your parents are living in some other town, or so your friends are living in some other town, you don't have the mental bandwidth to check with them, to do the small talk, to, wish everyone happy birthday, wedding anniversary, even though you used to bring a lot of enthusiasm to it before, because right now your mental energy is so drained that you can't be anyone's shoulder, you can't be anyone's pillar of strength, you can't be the one checking up on people, because maybe you need people to check up on you. So all of that plays a huge part, I think. So these are the signs where you could be disassociating. Oh my God, why did I choose to make this video? And yeah, I think like any other mental disorder or like any other mental problem that you're going to, no matter how temporary this is, you need help and you need to get out of this. And it has happened recently to me. Something was going on in my mind, and thankfully I'm out of it. And I've regained my touch with my reality, and I'll tell you the things that really helped me. And there are 3 or 4 things that could help you, and I'm going to tell you this. Again, every situation is subjective, every personality is subjective, so it might or might not help with you. But yeah, I'm going to tell you what helped me. First, First of all, watch helpful videos like these and realize that you're disassociating, and then try to take conscious efforts. It's not like that you have lost interest. It's not like that, you are essentially depressed or anxious, or something big has happened. Sometimes it's a coping mechanism. Sometimes it's a survival mode. Sometimes you are really bothered about something like the reasons that we discussed earlier. So it's completely okay and you can come out of it. So believe in that first of all. Acknowledging the problem is the first step to the solution. Number second, make sure that you make your reality a little bit different and interesting. Like for example, it really helped me to change a little bit, like some things in my routine and in my room, like even changing the bed sheet or making sure that my dining table, my dressing table or stuff like that is arranged differently really helped me, because you get bored out of reality, and sometimes that's why you start daydreaming. So if you make your reality interesting, if you shift things in your routine, if you shift your probably sleep schedule a little bit, you shift your the shows that you watch, the books that you read a little bit, then that really becomes you know makes your reality interesting. And you're like, oh, when something changes, when something becomes different, our psyche is that we start gravitating towards it and we start paying attention to detail. And this is very important when you're disassociating, that you gravitate towards what reality is actually. So yeah, making a little bit changes here and there really helps. Third, the biggest problem of disassociating is that you stop doing things, constructive, productive, beautiful, interesting things that you used to do before. Like for me, I stopped reading. Can you imagine? Like I didn't stop reading, but I read like a book in 10 days. And that's horrifying to me. I am this person who reads like 10 to 14 books a month. I was reading 3, 4 books a month. So obviously the graph really like went down. So because I was so like in my head, and I love watching my TV. I would come back from office and love watching TV, but I didn't watch like TV में कुछ भी चल रहा है. Either I would not switch it on, or चल रहा है and I don't even know what's going on TV. That's really scary. So what you need to do is you need to get in touch with your hobbies. Whatever you like to do. वो तो अभी आपका एक ऐसा mental state है कि आप उसमें focus नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. But it's not like that I've stopped liking books or I've stopped watching TV. Like if you want to read again, if you want to fall in love with reading again, go to a bookstore. Speak with someone who likes to read. Just maybe don't read difficult books. Read like books or of genres that you really, really like. Like if you want to again start watching TV and start enjoying TV, please switch it on and please like watch TV, watch really light-hearted TV, and you'll love it, and you'll again, be associated with it. Fourth, definitely, friends and family से आपका touch हट जाता है. And I'm not saying कि you go and you suddenly you jump into becoming someone's pillar of strength and etc etc. No, but just talk to them. Just start having like be like okay, timer लगा के बात करो कि 3 मिनट में बात करूंगा और मैं 3 मिनट इससे 5 मिनट इससे बात करूंगी और किसी हेवी टॉपिक पे बात नहीं करेंगे, जनरल हालचाल करेंगे. व्हाट मूवी डिड यू वॉच, व्हाट बुक डिड यू रीड. Don't talk about the things that bothering you, because sometimes you need break from it, and because you're daydreaming and thinking about it so much anyways, if you put that in your conversations, even those conversations would become repulsive for you and difficult for you. So just talk to them about just talk to them about weather. And I'm sure, because if they are your favorite people, if they're people that you're close to, you'll really like even simply talking about weather to them, and you'll feel happy. And number five, and this is something that really helped me, and there's a lot of taboo about it in society, but I would love for everyone to try it out. Try therapy. It's very important that you understand if offline therapy works or online therapy works, or the kind of therapist. Like, finding a good understanding therapist that you can match your vibe with is the first and the most crucial step of therapy. So go for it. It's okay to change a therapist after a setting, but at least give it a try. Somebody who is going to give you a non-judgmental, non-judgy, very mature, constructive space, and can give you tools to deal with the things that you're going on, not play any games, not give you any like self-destructive ideas that sometimes friends and family can offer, but just like constructive, mature ways to just get out of the pit that you're in. And I think that really helps. क्योंकि आप disassociate करना आपका is not the cause, is the effect. Cause is something else, and you need to solve that problem. And if that problem gets solved, then definitely you're going to come out of it. And the last thing is, the last tool that really helps is time. It's very true and very wise when people say that time heals everything. आप कितना डे ड्रीम करोगे यार, आप कितना mentally occupied रहोगे? After a point, you're going to get bored of it. That problem is going to solve by its own, and you're just going to be free from those thoughts, and you'll come back to reality because there is no other place to be. So yeah, these are few steps and tools that really helped me, and I hope it really helped you in coming out of this association. And I hope you fall in love with your reality again. And I hope whatever is eating you up alive, whatever is wrong and skewed in your world right now, solves itself, and you heal yourself, and you be happy and free again. I'll see you guys in my next video.